Ugh,
Hey, Grace, right now it is just you and I.
really?
Yeah,
Okay. Now I'm scared.
maybe there won't be a, yeah.
Oh God. So you guys did a heck of a lot. A good
Holy
job.
cow, my husband, he brought out the chainsaw. He took down like 7 or 8 trees at least. He brought in like a mulching lawnmower that I went back and forth with and like
Well,
made
that's I saw. It's like wow. I said this path is really cleared up. Of
it
course, we
looks
were busy. You
great.
realize we were busy getting lost at the other end.
So we went like all the way along the pond until it went up a hill to a rock, and then we stopped at the rock. So
Okay.
we'll continue on, and we'll also go the other way.
That
Okay,
and
Lee.
that's where okay. That's where we got lost. And well, we'll have the conversation later. It's okay.
Okay, if there's a quorum, right now it's only you and I and Lee.
Okay. So
Hi,
Lee,
Lee.
Hello.
have you been forgiven for dragging your poor daughter along and her boyfriend?
Um, yeah, yeah. They were cool. They thought they were under the misperception that it would just be picking up trash.
Fooled them, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh God.
So do we need 5 to have a quorum?
I thought 4.
I think 4.
Okay, Jason just entered the meeting, so we have 4 now.
Oh, okay. 4.
Got it.
All right. No.
Okay, I mean, let's get started.
All right.
All right.
So
Crystal Adams is here.
Lee Wessler's here.
Crystal, Lee, Grace, and
Jason.
Jason. Okay.
Okay. No alternate to the seat. We need approval of the minutes. If anyone wants to make a motion.
So moved.
Okay. Is there a second?
I didn't get a chance to look at it, I'll be honest.
Okay.
You're fine. Lee, I need a second.
I'm just looking at them right now.
Cool. We'll wait.
Looks good. My second.
Okay. All in favor?
I
Well, any
Right.
further? Hey, I get to say that, Grace. Is there any
Huh?
any further discussion?
All right, fine.
None. Okay. All in favor?
I
Yep.
Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining? Okay. Then there's no public here to participate.
No.
So yeah.
Treasurer's report is the same. It's 439 in the budget and 2193.22 in the special. And I will be spending some money on paint, which I'll get to them quickly.
Okay. Any questions for our treasurer? Okay, chairperson's report. I don't have anything to talk about. Moving through quick.
Good.
Any communications?
Yeah, we got the massive batch of, I guess, from the Towers LLC about their proposed wireless communication tower facility on 90 Route 171 Woodstock Avenue West in Woodstock.
Mhm.
I don't know why, but we did get it. They say it's a huge folder. I guess they sent it to the siting council.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if Jean's interested because we reviewed it for the
Yes.
ERC.
Mm-hmm. But I think it's. I want wait. How April 1st. Enclosed, please find citing council's report. Thursday, July 17th. Oh. So it's not coming up for a bit. I'm just looking at all, I apologize.
Wondering if they modified the plan.
Oh,
What?
June.
Hi, I'm a little late. My daughter's
Oh.
visiting and the baby's terrorizing everything.
All right. Jean. Please
So we-
enclose. Public
so we-
hearing was May 2nd, revised schedule, May 1st.
So
Thursday.
Gene, should we meet DRC to review the plans now?
Are they the same plans?
I don't know. But there's a meeting, Grace, you said there's a meeting coming up in July?
Says this is Zoom meeting, July 1st. Thursday, I'm sorry, July 31st. Beginning with an evidentiary session at 2 PM and continuing with a public comment session at 6:30. That's
I'm
the-
sorry I've been late. Was this the one at the Christmas farm?
No, this is the one up. Oh, no, this is Chase, I think. You said 171, right?
Hold on. The towers and public need for the construction. Blah, blah, blah. This is at 835 Norwich Worcester Turnpike. Oh, at Route
That's
169.
169.
Yeah. That's July 31st. Oh, and the other one, the one on 171, that's July 17th.
This is Crystal Adams speaking. I think if you go to the news section of the town website, I put
Yeah.
I put a link up to that, to one of those meetings.
Okay.
The budget and the referendum, like I think you've got to go to the website, to the news section and click view more at the bottom, because it only shows the three most recent. And I think that news item just got bumped down. So click view more and it'll open up all of them. And then it's 4 or 5 down. But that has, I believe, the link and more information.
Mm.
Gene-
Okay, well,
Gene, do you want to review that and decide if you want DRC to meet again?
Oh, do I want to? I think we did. I don't know if there's changes and
Right,
maybe
that's
that
it. Yeah, it's just, see if they change anything.
I can try to fit it in. I'm really up to my eyeballs with POCD, and
Okay.
my granddaughter is here. So
application.
Well, we have till July, so it's not like.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
really.
in July too. My daughter just got a new job in Boston and they're staying here until they get their own place.
Okay,
So
well, do
it's,
your best.
it's gonna be chaotic. I'm gonna be doing a lot of childcare.
Okay. Okay, any other communications?
No, that's it.
Okay. Okay, so, old business, Gene, anything DRC wise?
I haven't seen anything to comment on.
Okay, Crystal, anything open space wise?
No, I think we're talking about the POCD a little bit.
Mhm.
Hey, P and Z, I didn't see anything germane to us. Grace, Ag Commission,
Yeah, we actually were there this afternoon and they're basically gathering all the information for Delia also with the POCD. So that's where that was, and the talk of changes at the Woodstock Fair, which was, I found interesting, but nothing particularly that came up about us, other than they were talking about stewardship on town-owned land and how Wyndham Land Trust deals with it, and that they pay some stewards. And I just chimed in with, we had great difficulties when we tried to get stewards on the property. And of course, referencing the 50-acre wood, that, you know, it's not something that people wanted to get into, and it's a problem. But other than that, as I say, nothing particular.
Okay. Jim's not here for stewardship. Anything pollinator pathway wise? Jean?
I did put up the pollinator pathway trifold at the Quiet Corner Garden Club annual plant sale. And a lot of people were taking the literature I left, and the native plants got cleaned out in a matter of an hour and a half.
Wow.
I also would like to go back to something Grace said. Wyndham Land Trust does not pay their stewards, because I am one of them. So they have volunteer stewards, and they have a very, they're not every property gets looked at every year. They're working on that, but part of their their official standing as a land trust is they have to do, have properties all inspected once a year. So I am the steward for Zealandia on Roseland Lake.
There we know.
So
Okay, Crystal, anything sustainable Connecticut?
No.
Okay, Jean, back to you. Any update on POCD?
yeah, first I left off something pretty important about the pollinator pathway, and that is the garden, the pollinator garden at the Grange. It's in poor shape. A tree fell on it, and there's a lot of quackgrass coming up through the wood chips, but I'm sure it's going to come up later that there's a volunteer who is going to be hopefully putting in 40 hours of service to work on that. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, working on it.
And
Working,
as far
working on approval.
yeah, so as far as the POCD, I found out at the last meeting that the town of Woodstock did not continue their contract with Delia Fay and NECOG to act as the town planner. So that I didn't know that. She's kind of in a rush to get draft material that she can kind of weave together into a plan before her time is up on June 30th. And I was intending to get that done, and I have put many hours into it, but I have been interrupted. So I have a lot of it done. It's based on what they say that has to be in the plan by the state. And it is all this, forest blocks, riparian areas, protecting watersheds and all that stuff for drinking water supply. So it kind of matches what we're doing anyway. It's just a matter of feeding her the right words, and she'll put it into the plan as best she can before she leaves. And again, with the maps, it's a challenge because there's not one online mapping source that has everything. So there's, one of the recommendations I'm making, and I know Wetlands is making, is that there be changes made to the data layers available on the town GIS so that we can use it for everything.
So what happens next?
What?
What
They
happens
don't have
next?
rivers. There's no rivers on the town
No.
GIS.
What happens with the town planner after
I don't
Delia?
know.
We're
I don't-
going
I
with
did-
Tyche.
Sorry?
We have a contract with Tyche for town planner and zoning services.
I don't know who Tyche is. Is that John Guskowski again? Or is it somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't know any of this. So I was at the meeting saying, what?
Yeah.
Anyway, I am working on this. We do need to get a good set of maps on the town GIS so that when we do development reviews, we have all the information there. And I'm carefully making a list of what needs to be changed and where the data resides so that it's just a matter of them changing what they have and putting in the new ones that are all publicly available. So, but yeah, it's an interesting process. We only meet for like an hour, and there's just so much to talk about.
Mm.
The target is to have it all done by August.
Okay, any questions for Jean? Okay, Grace, give us the update on the cleanup.
Oh, why? You're not gonna do that? All right, well, as he said, it was Lee and his daughter and her boyfriend and myself and Lisa came.
And Crystal,
Well, from our group, and Crystal and her husband did a massive job in the back. Did you forward those pictures to Lee, Crystal?
No, but I can share them right now. 1 second.
Please do that.
and then
Yeah.
Rebecca Hyde was out there.
Yes, she
So-
was.
Nate and I were out there for over 4 hours. And I am sending you 7 pictures, I think.
I saw
Um,
them on social media. You did an amazing job. I know
Thank
exactly
you.
where you were.
Yep. Because we entered like we live on, Levitt is the other side of our property. That's where we enter this piece of property from. And so we entered and did that side. And we'll go back out and do more. I don't know. Can you see the photos?
Yes.
Yeah,
they're up.
that's amazing.
Absolutely
That was
beautiful.
all full
Yep.
of, yeah, there's the it was completely blocked off.
Yeah,
Yes.
so Nate had the chainsaw and did like, I don't know, 7 or 8 at least 7 or
Yeah.
8 trees. He brought in a mulching lawnmower that I
Yeah.
used to go
Wow.
on the paths, and we raked. We had an electric hedge trimmer. So like over 4 hours.
Holy crap.
We talked
really.
briefly about what would be entailed to be the steward of that property. So
Think
that's
What would be entailed?
yeah. What
Tag
is that?
grid.
Well, there actually is a list of things. I can dig it up and find it for you, but that would be phenomenal.
Okay.
I can offer some information. Basically, at least annually, you go out and you walk the property, make sure that it's passable. There's no dangers that pop up. You want to, I remember that property, there was a encroachment from a neighbor who put their swing set on part of the land. So that kind of stuff gets reported. I thought the Darbys were still the stewards, but nobody asked them to report. What we should be doing with stewardship is every steward that we have has to fill out a report, and there is a template for it. And we have notebooks in the vault in the basement that were purchased with the intent of doing all this. But you just check off the certain things to make sure it's in good shape, or if it's not, you report it. And then like today, yesterday, or whatever day you guys went out and did maintenance. So
I mean, yeah, like if we have the trails like go ready like this, like we can bike that and
Yeah.
and be like, oh, a tree came down and we can go fix it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think the other thing is ATVs. If you know people are illegally riding ATVs on the property and they aren't really using it because they have to have handicap access, because that excuse comes up. That's something that we could the town would discuss on what, management would come from that, because I don't believe ATVs are allowed on that property.
Right.
So,
Well, that's just absolutely incredible. So our group, we marked some trees and the paint ran out, and then there was this one portion of it was a downhill area that it completely, a bunch of trees dropped down, so we created a bypass path. And then there's an area toward the very beginning that was really wet, so it could use kind of a bypass path. Or I was gonna toward the end of the loop, there was also an area that was kind of washed out, and there wasn't really a place to bypass. So over the summer, me and Becca's boyfriend, I'm gonna haul some like 2x6 decking in and create a little walkway over the wetlands area. And then Grace, we still need the,
Yes.
trees marked.
Well, this is what I said. It needs to be a better marked.
Right, because we got totally lost. We were just
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
trying to find the, where Nate cleared. We wandered around for like half an hour trying to find the markings, and then I guess the trees with the markings were the ones that fell.
And that
Okay.
has happened in the
Lost.
past.
Yeah.
When we first actually, I don't know, 10 years ago, whatever, some of the trees came down, and at that point, the person who's living right on the edge said she would supposedly steward it. And then we ran into a problem because she had a dog that she used to just let run. And he upset some people, to say the least. But as you said, I mean, if Nate's into this, that would be wonderful. I will go out and purchase, and I'm just going to put big white spots for trail markers where we found them, and where you got lost, we'll have to find new trees to mark. But
Yeah.
again, I ran out of steam a heck of a lot earlier than Crystal and her hubby did.
Well, plus us.
Yeah,
We were there 3 hours, not 4 hours, but we're still good.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like way after. It was
But-
definitely way after 5 when we started packing up.
Yeah.
Bless
But
you.
I'd say an hour of it was walking around trying to find the markers.
There you go.
We-
There you. Well, that's
just-
it. And it's,
we got
as I said,
totally-
we have to
Totally lost.
redo that. But by the time I got home, I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
Right, so anyway, I mean, hats off to Nate, man, because you
Yeah.
guys can't appreciate just how
Yeah.
blocked off that portion was. It was, it took us a half an hour to figure out where to go.
yeah,
but-
that picture of him with the chainsaw and like the 3 trees, like that was like
Yes.
impassable, and you can see
Yeah.
behind him how it's just a sea of ferns. You
Right.
couldn't
Yeah.
see the path.
Yeah, it was just absolutely awful. So great job. And it's a fantastic hike. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
now that Nate did what he did, it's like, it's 95% there. It's a beautiful walk in the woods. So
Yeah,
you do
well,
the
definitely.
glad to work.
We did from like the Levitt side and then along the pond.
Yeah.
And then we packed it up for the night because we weren't sure if we were going to run out of gas on the lawnmower and the trim. So we'll
Oh, yeah,
definitely
that'd
go
be the thing.
out. We'll go
Yeah.
out and do more.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you pick it up again right past where you guys cleared it. It picks up again, and you see where the markers are. So
Yeah.
you know a lot better where to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job, team.
My hat off to all of you. Thank you so much for the effort.
Okay, on to new business. Anyone attend any workshops or have any workshops that are coming up to announce? I got a few.
Good.
So Crystal Adams said on June 7th on the Wabaquasit Trail, Blue Blaze Trail off Pine Factory Road, there's going to be a guided hike Saturday, 1 o'clock to 3:30 p.m. 2-mile hike, moderate hike. So,
Okay.
Yeah, they're limiting it to 18 people. It's the Connecticut Parks and Forest, I think. Association.
Yeah, CFPA. Yeah.
okay, and then the Connecticut Resource Conservation and Development Commission Thursday, June 12th, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. There's a meeting at Macero Community Farm in Woodbridge, Connecticut.
Hmm.
And then from Ms. Mararobi, there's the Natchug River Watershed Committee is going to meet the third Tuesday of every month. So this month it's May 20th, 1 o'clock to 2:15. Live is Mansfield Town Hall. And if anyone's interested, there's a link to do it virtually on Zoom.
Yeah, I was gonna pop into those meetings periodically, but I can't this week. So if
Mhm.
someone else could attend the meeting representing Woodstock, that would be great.
What?
Well, it's
Thursday.
tomorrow. It's tomorrow, 1 o'clock to 2:15. So
Oh, you
if
said-
anyone's
okay,
interested,
tomorrow.
I could send them the link. Otherwise, that's all I have to announce. Anyone else?
Well, I just anecdotally, I was speaking to a gentleman and his friend on the trail, and the 50 Acre Wood Trail is on an app called All Trails. And if you put it on your phone, it will show you exactly where you are when you're walking the trail.
Huh?
So I thought that would
He
be
didn't have that when he got lost.
exactly.
Now we
And
got
this
lost.
would be why I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I have
Very
no
nice.
idea who put that on, but it's there. It's, as I say, the app is called All Trails, and it's a free app, and it was pretty cool. So
Looking it
just
up
so
right
you
now.
know that. Yeah.
Okay,
Because-
so on to open discussion. Crystal, you have anything open to discuss?
Oh.
Nope, I don't.
Grace?
Actually, yes, I did speak to Lori about changing over the
Oh, yeah.
website, changing over the credit card, and I said I would put it on mine. And I told her that we wanted to reimburse her, and she, no, consider it a donation from her. But I do have to get back to her so I can change it over. But obviously, she, I guess, works nights or evenings, and our schedules were a little bit crowded. But I am moving forward with that, and hopefully, as I say, if it comes up, I mean, we can get that done quickly.
Excellent. Jason, you got anything?
I would just add that I have submitted a couple times for my Master Gardener project to be the Grange. And it's just a technical issue in getting the submission through on their site. But I've been told that I can expect it to be approved once it gets actually in and submitted correctly. So I'll have 30 hours to devote to that, hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah, I thought it was like public
Oh.
service for some misdemeanor.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, that's the extra 10 hours.
Sorry, I thought there was a 40-hour commitment for Master Gardeners.
I think it used to be because some of the other things they say, oh, well, this used to be this and this used to be that.
Yeah.
It's a little easier now. Isn't it lucky for you? So that's very, very possible that it used to be 40.
So do you still have to go down to Wolf Den Road there? For whatever?
I did it in Hartford, or
Oh.
in Hartford County because it was the only one that had weekend availability.
Oh,
So,
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no, and that's actually what the glitch has been because I keep submitting it for Wyndham County
Yes.
and they keep going, well, we can't get in there and approve that. I'm like, I can't put it in for Hartford County. It's not there. So
Oh, God. Okay.
I'm just trying to figure it out, how to get it in and get it approved, and
Sorry
it's-
about that.
no, that's fine.
I want to donate my time to do wonderful things, but you're making it harder for me to do so.
Right, yep.
Get ready to treat volunteers.
Oh, dear.
Well, let's say, computers run the world, but we'll get it figured out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Gene, you got anything?
I do. I've been in communication with Greg Wilmot, and he is an avid kayaker. And I know that he has paddled on the Little River Greenway Trail, and I've asked him, like, how is the trail now? Is it open? And he goes, my wife and I paddled it twice this year. It's great. So that's something I'm going to try to get incorporated into the POCD. And to get some publicity that this actually exists, that you can launch from Roseland Lake, paddle down to the dam, and then paddle back up, going through a forested floodplain. It's a really beautiful paddle, and you just forget where you are when you're there, because you're in the middle of this forested floodplain. It's trees and birds and all kinds of really cool stuff. So I'm glad to hear that somebody's not them, but somebody makes sure that when a tree falls, they cut it. And I think it's the guys from the Putnam Fish and Game Club, because they like to access Roseland Lake and go up Little River, and the trees get in the way, so they take care of that. And there was a bottleneck at the mouth of Roseland Lake that where the Phragmites was starting to encroach. And I guess he said the water was just high enough. It was a really easy passage through that bottleneck. So in the spring, this is a nice place to go paddling.
Cool. Okay, I don't have anything else. So I downloaded that All Trail. I'm looking at it right now. And
Uh-huh.
it looks like did you get it, Grace? The free?
No, of course not. I didn't get
Oh.
to it.
Yeah, I think
no.
you have to pay. I think you have to pay to get the good.
No,
the
uh-uh.
good deals. No.
No, because this gentleman's girlfriend, she showed it to me.
Yeah, but was
She
she
showed that,
paying for it?
no,
Right.
they didn't pay for it. They said it's totally free.
I don't know. I can't find 50 acre. That's the other stuff there, but
I'll have to look.
yeah.
As I
So-
said, she pulled it up on her phone and it showed me exactly where we were standing, and
Yeah.
as I said, I was agog. I had no idea that anybody but us knew about it.
We'll see what you think, because
Yeah,
like,
I'll give it a shot.
yeah.
I have one more thing, Lee.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I do draft out my part of the plan of conservation and development, I am going to send it out to everybody to ask you to look it over to see
Okay.
if I left anything out. So please be looking for that
Okay.
inbox.
Okay. Anything else for the good of the order? And if not, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Or a second?
Second.
Okay. Everybody have a happy Memorial Day and enjoy the time down, and we'll see you in 30 days.
Okay,
There, plus or minus.
I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will not be here for the June meeting. If we have it on the 23rd, I'll be in Florida. So
Okay.
if somebody,
Well, there's this thing called Zoom, Grace, that actually
Yeah,
anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
you take it with
my
you. Yeah.
son and 2 granddaughters, and we're gonna be, yeah.
You're
I
taking your
really-
granddaughters to Florida?
Huh?
You're taking your granddaughters to Florida?
Yeah,
Awesome.
my beautiful girls, absolutely.
Mhm.
Is
That's-
their dad coming or just you?
Huh?
Is their dad coming or just you?
No. No, they're
Does
coming with grandma to meet or visit their Uncle Mark, and they're very happy about that. So
Well, you have a wonderful time.
I will. Thank you.
Have fun.
And fine, Zoom works. I suppose I can do that.
Oh, you're with your granddaughters. They don't want, unless you're out by the pool while you're doing
Yeah, right.
it.
Sure. As long as I keep the alligators away, we'll be fine.
All right.
Okay, thanks, everybody.
everybody.
Tell Nate, thanks, you know,
Yes, please.
maybe we'll give him a medal.
I will. Thank you.
Or,
Have a good
you know, even
night.
better, we'll give him a place on this committee. If you want,
That's right.
even better than a medal.
This sure is, right?
All
Okay.
Take care.
Good night,
Good
everybody.
night.
Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.